Hi, I'm Adam Bennett. This is The Video Shop. I've been freelance for 12 years and worked with all sorts of clients. Some are amazing collaborators. Others can make your life a living hell. I even teach motion design, and recently a student asked a great question. What red flags should they look out for? And if that was even the correct approach.
Oh, hell yeah!
Then last month, a project with a client went, what's the phrase? Tits up, because I ignored several red flags.
No!
So in this video, I'm going to help you avoid those situations entirely. We'll uncover every red flag and how to deal with them, because knowing the warning signs means you can connect with brilliant clients and skip over the rest. Okay, let's get started. It's super urgent. They want to knock down your rate. Easy for someone who knows what they're doing. Vague project description. No project description. Ridiculously long project description. Spec work. Asking for anything for free. A pitch deck or some slides. You're quick. They only take half a day. Or a day. Just something I can kick upstairs so they know what to expect. There's a month's work off the back of it. Not agreeing to a statement of work.
No! No, 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 no! No! No, 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 no!
Or a contract. They send you a contract like... They want you to sign a contract before you fully understand the scope of work. They're not the real client. I'll have to ask my boss. The last two designers didn't work out. They're too busy to jump on a call. They're too busy generally. They're stressed. They're pushy. They ghost you. They eventually reply, but they don't have the budget right now. Remember that pitch deck that took a day, but actually ended up being a day and a half? But it's okay because there's a month's work off the back of it. Yeah, you're not getting paid for that. Too many cooks. I'm sure this won't affect our friendship. Over-explainer. Guilt tripper. This should take you 3 hours max. Really? Can I be the judge of that? Our CEO likes to be involved in the creative. They won't pay 50% upfront. Payment term is longer than 30 days. Actually, we'll come back to these two. Adding you to their payment system like... Must be able to work in a fast-paced environment. Doesn't trust you. Bad manners. Bad reputation. An obviously AI script. Sexy. Haven't worked on a creative project before. Recent changes in the current global landscape have significantly impacted discussions centered around contracts and salaries. Rockstar. I'm not a fan of clock watchers. Won't sign off on a script or treatment. Great exposure. Bad vibes. The budget may be reduced, but our enthusiasm and ambition for this project remains the same. They contact you too often. They're not responsive. Can you move it to the right? Okay, a tiny bit to the left. Split the difference. Doesn't listen. Asking for work outside of agreed timings. Too many meetings. Contacting you via different platforms. Good luck keeping track of everything across email, Slack, Teams and WhatsApp. And if anything gets missed, it's your fault. We're bringing someone in-house to help you out. Scope creep. This could affect future work together. No boundaries. They're not delivering. You're waiting for this or that and it's holding you up. New stakeholders. Talks over you.
Wait, shut your mouth.
Sorry, what did
You're
you
just
just
coming
say?
off stupid.
The deadline's been brought forward. Thanks for working all night, but the deadline's been pushed back. But hey, now we have more time to refine it. Just one more thing. Haggling down payment, especially with issues they haven't raised during production. Being bounced around different departments. Stalling. Late payment. Partial payment. Can we get all the project files for free, even though that wasn't specified in the statement of work? We need to have a serious conversation. Before we look at what you can do about red flags, let's be clear. This isn't about slagging off or demonising clients. In my experience, most are decent, and the few who aren't, you can probably spot a mile away anyway. This is about avoiding those car crash projects. Actually, no, I'm going to use a different analogy. You know when you drop something and your actions are too slow, so you're watching this thing tumble to the ground and smash in slow motion. That's what it can feel like when a project goes south. You're getting on really well with the client, but then shit just happens. For whatever reason, things just turn nasty and no one ends up happy. If it's a new client, then you know this is going to be your last job together and you might even have to fight for payment. Or it could be someone you've worked with before and this tests your relationship. Either way, assigning blame after the fact is pointless. Both sides will have their version of events. You're better off trying to avoid these situations altogether. So look out for these red flags and either skip the project or the client. Of course, there's always exceptions. Let's say you've got these two red flags. If it's government contract, then this is pretty standard. And personally, I rarely ask any new client for money up front. That's just me. You do you. Spotting any of these on their own doesn't necessarily mean the job is bad or should be avoided. It just means be on your guard. And you might need to dig a little bit deeper before you start. Let's take this one. The last 2 freelancers didn't work out. Okay, ask the client why not. If they reply, they were useless. We couldn't use anything they sent us.
It's kind of a red flag.
But if they reply, it was our fault, we didn't brief them properly, but we've learned from that and we're keen to avoid repeating the same with you. Sometimes a red flag just means a good client has been under pressure. Some flags are subjective. I might not want to spend ages on the phone because the client is over-explaining something and talking very slowly. But if you're patient and there's no other red flags, go for it. Everyone has different preferences and lines in the sand when it comes to work relationships. I like to stay offline as much as possible when I'm working so I can focus, and I'll arrange with the client to update them and check my email at agreed intervals. This means that I'm not distracted by other clients when I'm on the clock, and my attention is 100% on what I'm being paid to do. But that might not work for some clients, or you might not mind a client who emails you throughout the day. You just need to be conscious of what works for you and the client. I could do a whole video on how to protect yourself from bad experiences, and I might. But in the meantime, here's 3 initial tips for kicking off a project with a new client. Ask as many questions as you feel you need to. A good client won't mind you wanting to get things clear before proceeding, and if possible, try to jump on a call. I recently had a project taken over from another editor where the producer was too busy to jump on a Zoom at the start. When I sent an edit after a couple of days, it was clear there'd been miscommunication and a lot of what I'd done was wrong. This wouldn't have happened if we'd had a quick video call where I could ask a few questions and gauge the overall vibe. Have a statement of work. This tip is actually from the same producer. The project got back on track and she's actually one of the best producers I've worked with. She was just busy at first. As I said earlier, don't dismiss any single red flag. Just dig a little bit deeper. She says, the most important for me is to agree on a clear statement of work estimate in advance and making sure the client knows that if the statement of work changes, the cost will too. Talking them through everything is always good, so they understand that not all changes that look small actually are a quick fix. Voiceover changes, animation changes. This is particularly important if a client is being vague or doesn't know what they want. Try the confirm or correct approach. State your understanding in the brief, then literally ask them to either confirm, yes that's right, or correct you and explain exactly what they want. Then you've got this to refer back to if they try to move the goalpost later on. If you're too busy or disinterested to fire off loads of questions, you can always let money talk. Raise your fee by 10% for every red flag. I stole this tip from a future video, but I don't care, it's so great. Ask for a high, upfront, non-refundable fee.
How much? $13,100.
Raise your rates generally.
I do what I'm good at and I do it for money.
The cheapest clients are often the biggest pain in the arse. And finally, if in doubt, because if there's doubt, that means there's no doubt, then just say no. Try it. It feels really good.
No.
And that's it. If I've missed anything, do let me know in the comments. Thanks to everyone who helped contribute to this video, and thank you for watching. See you again soon.